safety, health and safety.
Touch TV News Channel. The best.
Safety, health and safety.
To know what they are teaching Nigerians.
Be able to actually that the success of Nigerians. And thank you so much for it.
Friends.
Yes,
Just
fine.
your name. Just have to do this and hold ourselves hand to hand equally.
We also recognize CEOs of different organizations that are seated here. We say a big thank you all our distinguished speakers and panelists. And
capacity building for professionals in this area. We know that we are getting into a fuel that is so compressible, and by its compressible nature, it throws out a lot of safety issues. So we need to collaborate so much more to ensure that and mind you, the end users in this space, the Keke Maruas, they are not that school. So we need to, aggressive public enlightenment to ensure that we drive the safety culture down to the last end user, so as to ensure that we all are safe collectively.
Thank you. So
a period where we'll be having what we call gas scarcity in this country. So the way we had fuel scarcity, how do I mean?
Yeah.
CNG is becoming booming, which is very fantastic. But the compression and drive towards compression and having more compression stations alone. I know I'm speaking to myself. But there is a program, the gas flare commercialization program by the federal government, which the UPRC is driving. Please, can we go out of this forum in these 2 days and do more in sensitizing people and making people to come on board, so that we will have abundance of the gas value chain. So at the end user one day will not be stranded. And again, I want to say something on training. Please, on the upstream, if Respawn is going to do that, please, we need more. Because what we have now cannot sustain the upstream operations. API 510, API 517, we need all those things.
Indeed.
Thank you so much.
good, excellent. I think 30 seconds, please.
Okay. If we must institutionalize gas safety, just as other panelists have said, collaboration is key amongst all the necessary stakeholders. Also, we also need to encourage self-regulation among professionals. You don't need a watchdog to tell you what to do, because when there's an accident, you are the one that goes, not the watchdog. So we should imbibe self-regulation. Also, I think we should also encourage awareness. A lot of people are not aware of standards and regulations in place. We, the regulatory agencies, should improve on our awareness so that we can keep our economy safe.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So,
Safety, health and safety in NUPRs.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, tell us about this. We're here for gas safety companies.
This is one of the most valuable policies that the industry is coming up with, especially in this era of emerging gas reserves. A lot of activities are coming on. So it's a very good opportunity for industry stakeholders to come together to align on gas safety, as it regards operations from the downstream, from the upstream to downstream to the end users within the gas value chain.
Of course, Nigeria is transiting to gas. Safety is concerned. And of course, there are a lot of worries out there. Regulation. Are we ready?
Yes, from the regulatory part, we are very ready, but there is still more grounds to cover as we move on. And this is one of the areas we are today. Basically, in terms of regulation, we are putting up a lot of regulation with the passage of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021. It gives some opportunity for industry to be aligned. It's been divided into two now, the upstream and the downstream. The upstream is monitored by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, which is where I am. Then the downstream sector, which is critical in this case of gas, is the Nigerian Midstream Downstream Regulatory Commission. They have come up with a number of regulations pursuant to the Act, Petroleum Industry Act, which invariably allows the stakeholders to come together, the right regulations, the whole workshop, and a number of activities to make sure that the industry stakeholders are all carried along to be part of the regulation. Like, we believe that self-regulation is the best, that the industry knows what to do, and then they are also following up with all the activities that they need to do to ensure that incidents don't happen. Because we don't want incidents to happen in the industry, especially now that gas is coming, it's high pressure, a lot of pressure. So we need the industry to align with us as government regulators to ensure that the gas sector is well regulated and is covered, so that we have less number of incidents, sensitization, and all that we need to put in place. And that's what this session is all about.
Okay, sir. So please, at the panel session, one of your colleagues mentioned gas scarcity. You know, when we hear fuel scarcity here, it's very scary in Nigeria, and we're not talking about gas scarcity. Can you expatiate on gas scarcity? Are we in stage one, given what is going on now, that everything is going gas?
Thank you very much for the question. You see, the usage of gas has come up. You know, the CNG gas and a number of that are coming up right now.
LPG.
So if we need, what he was talking about gas scarcity was that there are enough points, loading points for industry users to get enough. So he was trying to say, if we want to embrace gas utilization in the industry, then we have to make provision for a number of stations, just like we have petrol filling stations, we have kerosene and all those stations. So we have to have enough of that all over the country, not just in selected cities like Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt, but it's also have to be in everywhere, so that industry that the users will have access to gas at any time they need. That's what you talk about, gas scarcity. So if we don't have enough of production, enough of places, off-takers, enough to be able to give to the industry, to the users, then it will be very difficult for them to be able to have, so that you can realize the gas master plan that is on ground, which allows us to use this gas.
Okay, what about the gas flaring? Can gas flare to the point that there will be scarcity of gas?
Gas flaring is another thing that is from the upstream sector. Yes. It does not necessarily translate. The gas flaring has to do with the environment and the community. And that's what the federal government is doing now. They are doing Nigerian gas commercialization program. So those gas that are coming are being compressed and used, and you have gas off-takers at different points. So that goes differently. But the compressed gas that is talking about gas has to do with the downstream. The gas flare is on the upstream side, which the federal government has come up with gas commercialization program that is taking them from the beginning, from the source, so that we are not flaring again. But that is a work in progress. There are a lot of regulations. There are a lot of regulations that are coming up in that direction to ensure that the gas, those gas that have been flared, are commercialized and monetized for us to use, which is for the downstream, for industries, and so on and so forth.
Thank you so much.